Hey everybody, it's Lee from VR Dev School here, and I'm with Rob and Brian from Immersive. And they've got a really interesting platform for developers that I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about. So I'm going to let Brian go ahead and tell us a little bit more about Immersive. And,
yeah, sure. Thanks, Lee. Brian Roth with Immersive, we are focused on helping developers with a couple challenges that we've seen them face early on, specifically around distribution and monetization. With an increasing amount of VR content out there, how is your content discovered after you've built it or completed a project? And then on the flip side of that, monetization, what is a sustainable revenue model for developers?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you want to elaborate a little more, Rob?
Sure.
Yeah.
My name is Rob Carroll. I'm the developer evangelist for Immersive. It's my role to work with developers to help optimize their placements of where they put our content, and also to work with them on improvements to their games. I've seen quite a few VR apps. I do a lot of reviews of them, and we actually have a 1-minute VR game review that we have out there on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So I've seen quite a lot of these games, and part of my role is to work with developers to improve their core game loops, improve their content, and help make the apps better.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of this is really, I don't know, it's not specifically I think for mobile VR, but I think mobile VR developers can probably benefit the most at this point, especially maybe cardboard developers who are looking for a way to monetize their content in a more effective way because traditionally the cardboard games are not being sold at a premium. And then also, discovery is a huge issue with a lot of the cardboard stuff,
Absolutely.
right? So, we would definitely have that with N-Space where it's like, you're basically trying to use keywords in your title because it's about all that you have, to get out there. So maybe tell us a little bit more about how you're, in terms of monetization and in terms of discovery, how can Immersive help developers?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, basically, we've got an SDK. We've got technology that is very easy to integrate, and that allows developers to basically source advertisers from us, whether that is a VR experience being promoted, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Where we really look at ourselves as kind of a curation and recommendation platform for other high-quality, awesome VR experiences. And then other big brands and advertisers that are looking to promote 360 video that obviously looks great in a VR environment, mm-hmm. As well as standard video advertisements. But really this helps drive revenue for the developer, and we encourage an integration that is non-disruptive and is not going to hurt engagement with the application.
Right, yeah. So finding a way to help monetize apps more effectively, but not take away, from the user experience, because VR is, of course, very, nothing like we've seen before in a lot of user experiences where it really needs to be, well integrated.
Yeah, I think the important thing for what we do with developers is we're really trying to give them VR content and VR users from the VR experience. Mm-hmm. On mobile VR, it's very easy to try to drive users from Facebook advertising, from a lot of the other ad systems that are out there. But finding a user that is already in cardboard, that's already using gear, that's already a mm-hmm. part of that VR ecosystem is really difficult.
Right.
It's actually a small percentage of the people you might actually be driving in with that advertising.
Right.
And we've got all those pre-vetted users that are in VR, and that's who we're sending to their apps to help drive that engagement.
Yeah, for sure. Because that's definitely something with N-Space. If you buy ads or something like that, let's say on Facebook to promote your game. The problem is that those ads are in a 2D medium, they're on the web or wherever they're being displayed, and the problem is that there's usually not a one-click way to get the user to, my app and download it. You can link to the store and stuff, but there's really not a way for the user to get a feel for, let's say, our game, besides screenshots or something. But for VR, we all know screenshots are not that interesting, right? So it'd be nice, from what you guys showed me earlier, I can totally imagine having a trailer for my game in another app or in this network and say, hey, somebody can experience a little bit of what my game is like, and before they are taken to the download page or something like that. I think that's really cool.
And what we're able to do is we can actually take a full 360 video mm-hmm. and show that to the user. Mm-hmm. So rather than just showing a regular 2D video of the game, if the developer has that 360 immersive content, we can show that to the user.
Right.
So while they're seeing that demo of your game, they can see that full VR environment in there. because of the way our technology is set up.
Yeah, keep them in that VR experience the whole time.
Yep.
Yeah, better communicate what your value is, right?
Absolutely, and it really lets the developers show what their content is.
Yeah.
And for a lot of times, that's difficult to do in regular ads for a developer.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
and that really speaks to the distribution capabilities that we have. I mean, we are reaching a very large percentage of the Cardboard users out there on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So yes, App Store optimization, keywords, that's one thing. That's only going to get you so far. And really giving users a taste that you know are in VR, that is a huge value that we bring to developers. Being able to distribute that content. We've got a number of folks on our creative services team that are able to kind of help develop those promotional aspects and pieces. For developers. And really, VR is it's very early, as everyone keeps on saying, and we're just looking to promote good content to get users coming back again and again and again. And at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about.
Yeah. So if I wanted to be a VR developer and integrate your platform into my game or experience, how would I go about doing that?
Yeah, so you can reach out via our website, which is immersv.co. You can reach out via our website and get in touch with us easily there. I mean, my email is broth@immersive.co. And really, we can kind of start the conversation there around our platform and services and how we can look to help developers.
Yeah. In terms of, go ahead, Rob, you were going to say.
I was going to say we have a very simple SDK for developers to drop in. We have plugins for Unity and Unreal, as well as native code if they're not using those engines. And for most people, it's a couple of hours of integration time. It's not a very heavy piece of code to set up. And once it's in there, the developer can really choose where they want to put that experience, where they want to put that placement. Again, that's part of what my role is to work with the developer on where should that ad experience be. Do you want to put it between levels? Do you want to put it on a loading screen? Do you want to put it on a home screen? And what I really work with developers on is making sure that they're not interrupting their play. They're not disrupting the experience that they're creating for the users by putting too many ads in there or stopping the natural game flow. Because that doesn't help the developer at all. It doesn't make the game better. And really our goal is to help the developers make the best game they can, because then we're all successful.
Just building that network out and that good content. It's cool. I think that's definitely something like when the guys told me about this, I thought, wow, that's something that really could help a lot of developers, A, with discovery, and B, with monetization, and if it's not that onerous, also getting, advice from you guys who are industry veterans and say, hey, maybe there's something you could do in your app, a little bit better, and give that kind of advice is, I think, a really big value. So
we've got an increasing amount of data as well, across our network that we see, our network of partners, whether that's session time or what percentage of users are seeing a promoted content placement, et cetera, et cetera. And we're looking to share as much information with our partners as possible so that, again, everyone kind of on board really rises to the top.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah,
it really is very symbiotic. If the developer doesn't succeed, if their apps don't do well, we don't do well. So it's in our best interest to help developers be as successful as possible. It makes us better as well.
Yeah, great. Yeah, cool. Yeah.